We have finished paragraph 1. Now it's time for paragraph 2. But before we start with paragraph 2, which talks about the first and second consequences, we must go back to paragraph 1. We must locate the two consequences and write about them. You cannot write about different consequences in paragraph 2. We gave the two consequences here in short sentence. Now we must give details. Each consequence gets a full sentence. Now, before we start with paragraph 2, we must leave an indent. What is an indent? Is the space you leave in the first sentence, before the first sentence in a paragraph, for paragraph 2, 3, and 4. And then we write the linking words. This is done. We keep it on the side, and we continue. Don't forget, leave space and then continue. First, comma, and then we follow the structure. Now, you cannot just copy the first consequence, which is wasting time. You cannot just say, first, one consequence of this problem is that wasting time, full stop. That's not going to work because now you're just repeating. You didn't write anything new, and now you're just repeating, which is not acceptable. So we must give more details about wasting time, how it's going to happen, and why it's bad. Let's continue now. Kids might waste time at the mall spending hours or minutes. Actually, hours works better. Wandering or playing or both. Instead of what? Instead of doing something productive. It's fine to go to the mall, but spending lots and lots of hours is not good. So, instead now, second consequence. Same thing. We go back to it, we double check it. What was the second consequence? A consequence of this problem is wasting time, done. The risk of getting kidnapped. Now we have to give more details about this. Of course, we start with a linking word. Second, another consequence of this problem, we follow the structure. Second, another consequence of this problem is and now explain consequence 2 in details in one sentence. Now think about it. Getting kidnapped, how would it happen? Maybe you don't have to give a lot of details. It's fine. We already gave a lot of details for the first one. Second one, we can make it a bit shorter maybe. So, kids might get kidnapped by strangers going to the mall or leaving the mall going home, which is dangerous. Now the idea is over, full stop. This is done. Now we follow the structure again. Therefore, the problem, what is the problem? Kids going to the mall alone, leads to consequence 1 and 2. It doesn't say explain in details. So you see this here? We already mentioned the paragraph 1. We mention it again, shortly, no need for details. Therefore, which means so, the problem, now we have to write the problem again, which is kids going to the mall alone. Okay, we're done with the problem. Now we say leads to. Leads to what? Consequence 1 and 2. If you don't want to write another phrase, rewrite them, you can just go back and read them. Wasting time and the risk of getting kidnapped, write them again. Wasting time and the risk of getting kidnapped. Idea is over. Yes, done. Full stop. Paragraph 2 is over. Now for paragraph 3, it's the same. But the only difference is you're going to give more details about the 2 solutions, not the 2 consequences. All of this again, but about the 2 solutions, not the 2 consequences, as we can see. However, one possible solution to consequence 1 is, and now we explain the solution, the first one that we already gave. Same goes for explanation for consequence 2. What is the consequence of 2? We write it, and we write the solution for it. And then we write the evidence. Now let's continue paragraph 3. Don't forget, leave an indent, then the linking word. However, comma, one possible solution to and now you write consequence 1. What was it? Go back, double check what you wrote. Consequence 1 is wasting time. Wasting time. Let's see. Wasting time is, and then you give more details to the first solution. Let's see. However, these problems can be solved by setting rules and using a GPS device. So let's talk about setting rules, which is the first solution. The best idea to create ideas that are very good for your writing is to set a paper on the side to write your ideas and then organize them here clearly in the paper. You want to write a clear, nice sentences. Setting clear rules about how much time, kids can spend where? At the mall. For example, if they spend way too much time, now we write otherwise, like they cannot go again, or maybe they cannot go again for a very long time. Otherwise, comma, they cannot go again. they cannot go again. Idea is over, full stop. Now we continue with the linking word. Let's see. Evidently. After every linking word, this solution was proven in multiple studies. In multiple studies in KSA and UAE.